Cardio burns more calories than weights, that's true, but does cardio actually make your body look better? Ryan had no idea, and that's exactly why Ryan spent 6 months on the treadmill and ended up with the body he didn't want. Ryan is 27 years old. He lives in Austin, Texas, one of the most fitness-obsessed cities in America, marathon culture, running clubs everywhere, the kind of city where it seems like everyone is doing cardio. Office job, 8 hours sitting down, belly slowly building up over 2 years without him really noticing. Normal, it happens to a lot of people. In January, he made the decision that millions of Americans make every new year. He was going to lose weight, and his logic was simple and completely reasonable. Cardio burns calories. Burned calories become lost fat. So more cardio equals more results. 5 times a week, 40 minutes on the treadmill without fail for 6 months. The scale started moving slowly at first, then it started picking up pace. Ryan was losing real weight, and then summer arrived. First time at the pool with his friends, Ryan took off his shirt, and he realized that the body underneath his shirt wasn't the body he expected to find after 6 months of dedication. Smaller, yes, but soft. No definition at all, not a single visible muscle. The kind of body Americans call skinny fat, thin on the scale, soft in the mirror. A lot of people make this exact mistake out of lack of knowledge. They kill themselves doing cardio to lose weight, but if you want an aesthetic body, you need to prioritize weights, combined with cardio, of course. Ryan hadn't lost fat and gained muscle. He had lost fat and muscle at the same time, and the logic that seemed perfect in January had a hole in it that he didn't know existed. Before I show you that hole, let me give you the numbers Ryan didn't have, because his logic was right about one thing. Cardio burns more calories during the workout. That's a fact. 30 minutes of running burns around 250 calories for a guy weighing 170 pounds. 30 minutes of weight training burns around 130, almost double the difference during the workout. So the question Ryan should have been asking wasn't which one burns more calories, it was which one makes your body look more defined, and that is a completely different question. Here's the number that destroyed Ryan's plan. When you lose weight doing only cardio, on average, 20 to 25% of the weight you lose isn't fat, it's muscle. Ryan lost 20 pounds in 6 months. That means roughly 5 pounds of what he lost was muscle he already had. 5 pounds of muscle that made him look more defined, feel stronger, and kept his metabolism higher. And I'll say it again, my friends, that is not interesting to you if you want a lean, aesthetic body, and cardio helped burn that muscle right along with the fat. But here's the twist that changes everything. Because yes, weight training burns fewer calories during the workout. That's true, but what happens after the workout is completely different. After a heavy weight training session, your body keeps burning energy for hours to recover, repairing damaged fibers, restoring fuel stores, rebalancing hormones. Studies show that metabolism can stay elevated for up to 38 hours after a heavy weight training session. 38 hours. The treadmill stops burning when you step off it. Muscle keeps working while you sleep, and there's more. Every pound of muscle you build burns around 6 to 10 calories per day at rest. It's not magic, but it's real, it's consistent, and it adds up. 10 pounds of muscle gained, something completely achievable in the first year of training, is between 60 and 100 extra calories burned per day doing nothing, between 22,000 and 36,000 extra calories per year, just for having the muscle. Now, let me show you what happens when you actually compare the two. In 1999, researchers took 2 groups of people on an 800-calorie-a-day diet. One group did cardio 4 times a week. The other group did weight training. 12 weeks later, the cardio group lost more weight on the scale, but their resting metabolism dropped. The weight training group lost less weight on the scale, but they lost 0 lean mass, 0, and their resting metabolism went up. Same diet, Opposite results in what actually matters. The cardio group got smaller. The weight training group got more defined. That's the difference between losing weight and getting leaner. Ryan understood this at the edge of the pool that summer, not from a treadmill tutorial he saw on Reels, from the mirror. He went back to the gym in August, this time with a different program. Weight training 3 times a week, moderate cardio on the other days, not to burn calories, but for cardiovascular health and to support the caloric deficit. Enough protein to protect his muscle while he lost fat. 8 weeks later, the scale showed almost the same number as July, but the shape was completely different. The shoulders had definition. The chest had volume. The belly had disappeared. But what was left in its place wasn't empty. It was muscle. Ryan hadn't lost more weight. He had traded fat for muscle, and that trade is what makes the difference between the guy who loses weight and the guy who gets the shape he actually wanted. So what's the real answer? Straight to the point. Cardio wins on the scale. If you want to see the number drop fast, cardio does that better. Weights win in the mirror. If you want to get leaner, with the defined shape you actually want, weights are what protect your muscle while you lose fat. The ideal combination is weights as the foundation plus moderate cardio on top, not cardio as the foundation and weights as optional. The order matters, and the reason is simple. Muscle is what creates the shape. Cardio only makes you smaller. If you get smaller without building, you end up less fat but not more defined. Ryan learned that the hard way, at the edge of a pool in Austin in the summer. You don't have to. If you're doing only cardio and the scale is dropping but the shape isn't showing up, drop a comment below. I'm Tani, and if this video made sense to you, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks.